Hi guys, welcome to your moon in Scorpio reading. Yay, another water moon. We're going to be in the waning gibbous phase, and this moon in Scorpio is going to be lasting from Sunday, March 20th, until Tuesday, March 22nd. But of course, as you guys know, these energies are in the air in general, and so there's no real sharp cutoff date. If you're looking for a personal reading, um, and you'd like to have one with me or an energy healing session with me, please do check my Etsy page. And yeah, check out the other free videos and such that I have. If you haven't checked out the energy field clearing and activation that I just put out, please go ahead and check that out. Fun! All right, so let's jump in. Ooh, here it is. Let's see what's happening. Interestingly, I'm feeling under this Scorpio moon. Let's look at the way the energy is going to hit us and how our emotions are going to be. I just felt for a second a sense of alertness. All of a sudden, I was just very alert when I thought about this Scorpio moon. So there is going to be an energy hanging around in the air at this time that's going to feel like a quick shot, like a buzz to you, right? A little excitement. You might get excited about something, which is beautiful, right? And I think heading into, and that's interesting because, when we think about water energy, right? Right? And we think of a wet match, right? What are we doing? Sparking something. However, remember, we are in the energies of Aries. Aries season is upon us. And so, again, just because the moon is in Scorpio doesn't mean that everything is going to just everything Aries like or any other energies that are in the air are just going to dissipate. Everything is here and it's alive, it's well, it's kicking, right? Depending on how your field is, some of you may be more susceptible to some of those energies, whereas others may be more susceptible to others, and then for all of us we may get knocked down by some other energy or built up by another. But what I am sensing, like I said, is a little bit of a spark, but it's not the kind of spark that what it's like if you take a match and you go and it doesn't quite it's got a little spark, but it doesn't quite catch a flame. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. Spirit is asking us though at this time to think, what kind of spark would you like that to be, right? Because here we have this beautiful card saying the past, and then we've got this beautiful card saying generosity. But what I would like you to think about instead is, if there were to be a practice spark, let's put it that way. If there were to be a practice spark that comes in for you, and what might that look like in the energetic? It could be something as simple as an idea that comes to you, wow, or maybe somebody approaches you for some type of romantic connection or a job or something, and it all looks like it might just happen, but like, oh, it doesn't happen. All right, well, whatever. I thought for a second, right? But it's a little bit like a practice. Spirit is asking you, what kind of energy would you like to bring to that? Because the energy is in the air. Just like how Cherry's here, the energy is going to pass right through her. The question is, when she shivers from it, how would she like to express herself? How would she like to express that energy? So, would you like to be generous? You know, let's say you have a spark of intuition or an idea come to mind. What idea are you going to what is it going to be? Are you going to share it with others? Are you going to keep it for yourself? Are you right? That's where you come in. That's where your sense of self comes in, with your sense of what you feel like you'd like to give to the world, right? Or you're just gonna do nothing with it. So this is just a quick example, and for you to look at how you deal with whatever this energy is that comes up for you. How do you deal with it? How do you deal with it? Is it something you share with others? Is it something you never don't even act upon? Is it something you act upon but you keep it to yourself? Is it something you act upon and then you're mean to everybody as you're trying to do? It's like a freebie for God's like, hey, here you go. Here's a rope. Ah, just kidding. But let's look at what you did when you thought you were getting that rope. Right? That's what they're saying. Now, you may ask, let's flash forward a little bit. Let's say that it's already happened and now you're like, oh my God, I thought I was getting invited to that yacht party. And then I was like, peace, deuces to my friends who I had already planned to hang out with that weekend. And I totally ditched them because I thought I was going to this other party. And it turns out that, oopsies, it wasn't, that party was canceled. Well, Now I see what I'm really like for these days. Spirit is saying once you get that information, that feedback about yourself, give it some time. Forgive yourself, right? It's like a freebie. It's a free lesson to see what you would do with it. What would you do with it? Oh God. I'm like scared. Maybe mine has happened already. Transformation is the key. Look at this sensuality. See, a little bit of a temptation there. And the temptation doesn't have to just be people. It could be food. It could be food is always gonna be money. No, people, maybe, but food. Ugh. What does it do to you? How does it transform you? Does it inspire you? Does it make you look to the future with bright eyes? Does it make you take action to move in that direction? Does it make you run and hide? Does it, right? This is the energy. As I'm saying that, I'm feeling a little bit of tension in my neck. And the reason why is because Spirit is like, don't rush to judge yourself. Don't rush to judge yourself, because you don't actually know yet what happened and whether your reaction was a good thing or not so good thing. All you're here to do is to look at what did I do, right? And then when you're given a second chance to have the rebirth that you deserve and that you desire. What I'm seeing here though, and this is something wonderful, what I'm seeing here though is most likely whatever it is that you have decided to do or will have decided to do, I think that on the redo, when it for reals comes back around, I think that you might find that the upgrade that you do, the update that you do, will be to bring more love into it. So here it is that you're thinking, oh, I should have saved my money, or hey, I should have did this, I should have done that. And actually what it is that it was about you finding a way to love yourself. Oh, look at that. You see right on the bottom, nurture. What does that other say? Wisdom. And that other card, salvation. Finding a way for you to nurture to love yourself and even love other people. And they're saying that's how we see the truth of who we are. Now, surprise, who better than to do that for us than Blood Out, Scorpio moon. Scorpionic energies. You know, when Scorpio comes to play, they air it out. Imagine that one scorpionic, member of the family at the cookout or the barbecue, right? The holiday get together. They're airing things out. They're letting you know. Because guess what? They eat shadows for breakfast. They know what that's like. So a person vibing in a high vibrational form of Scorpio, they're like a human filter. They know how to get stuff done. They can look at the shadow, they can see it, they can be it, they can cast it off, they can work through it, right? That's the kind of approach you want to take. Now, some of you under this moon will be working with other people to reflect that to you, and that may be the hard part, right? The hard part may be seeing yourself reflected in other people. See how these two ladies are mirroring each other? Look at how they both have something that they're holding, an orb. They're both illuminated behind you. This is also giving me sun moon vibes as well. Look at that. Also a little bit of a nod to that Aries sun. Look at that Aries sun and that Scorpionic moon. Wow, and this is coming off of a full moon as well, right? So, yeah. They're saying this is part of the equation that's going to be happening here. So when we think about this Aries sun, think about this impulsiveness. Yeah, so we want to watch the impulsive energy, which I am struggling with myself. I'm an Aries sun. Come on, give me a break, guys. We want to watch the impulsiveness, but under this time, it's going to be very instructive. It's like, oh, what was my mindset? Who was I trying to benefit? How was I going to fare under this decision I made? Was this decision founded upon something real? And this idea about real, of course, we want to always make sure that it's founded in love. But when we also, because that's the only thing that's real, right? But we also want to think, how is this Oh, I almost said relationship. How was this relationship founded? Wow, they're calling you guys out. They're calling somebody out. But how was this decision founded? Was it based upon just principles of the physical world, which alone is not enough? Was it just based off of what I believe the spiritual world to be about, which alone isn't enough too? Because you want to bring the two together. There has to be checks and balances, and that's something that I'm working on as well with myself, right? My guides help me with that, and we all need to be helped with that, because we're literally having 2 feet in different, 1 foot in different places, in a different place. If you have both feet too much into the physical, then you're going to cut out what's above you. If you have 2 feet in the spiritual, then you're not going to be grounded enough, right? And so they're showing this tripartite card again, reveal. Oh, what does it say? Nurturing, wisdom, nurture, wisdom, and salvation. So the way that you're going to pretty much save yourself, salvate, the way you're really going to save yourself, and the way you're really going to get yourself going in the way you should, is to balance yourself with self-care and wisdom, right? So it's like, yes, I can heal myself, I can work on myself and stuff, but it doesn't mean that I'm just going to stop drinking water, right? Or I'm just going to go to sleep and do nothing and let the angels manifest my dreams for me and this and that. That being said, there is a lot that can be done with your energy field stuff, with energy and whatnot. But sometimes it takes a certain level of, here's the M word, mastery. And sometimes that level of mastery isn't made known to you, because there are certain things, there are certain roadblocks, there are certain core beliefs, things like that, that you have not yet worked through, right? And it doesn't mean you can't, but the question is it something that can be done in this lifetime, so to speak? Like, for example, hey, we're all manifestors, we're all creator beings. On some level, yeah, you can totally transmute something into something else, make gold or just whatever. But is this aspect of you in this third 3D physical dimension? Maybe not. If you're still struggling with, poverty consciousness and victimhood consciousness and things like that, I don't know, maybe not. However, maybe, yeah, maybe you don't want to throw everything out with the bathwater, right? And that's where oh yeah, look at the revelation card. Yeah, that's where it really behooves you to start to get in contact with your higher self, with your guides, with your reasoning, is what I'm seeing. As that, yeah, Ishtar coming through with some reasoning there, right? So you're always going to want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself in everything that you do. Just because someone says you could reach the stars doesn't mean you have to go and drink whatever thing they just gave you to get you out of your mind. What if that's not for you? What if that's not for you? Based on your energetic field, based on your your energetic past, any initiations that you may or may not have had, things like that. What if that's not for you, and you would only just destroy yourself down here with that, right? So you sometimes need guides to help you work through things. Sometimes you need common sense, right? And trust that there will be revelations for you. And when they do come through, look at my hand, it's the same thing, look. The same, yeah. There will be revelations for you. And when they come through for you, you will know. So that's what Spirit is saying. This is where you have, under this time and in general, this is where you have your power and your control. When you have your personal aha moments, that means something has come down from your higher self and it's made its way into your conscious mind at this level. That is something that if you're just like, I know I can do this. This makes sense. This is something I know I can do. You really want to get grounded and feel into that. What does that mean, right? Because sometimes that could just mean that you need to have an energy field adjustment. Maybe one of your chakras is overproducing, like maybe the back of your head chakra is your sixth chakra in the back is is operating more strongly than the front chakra, and that could produce that effect, right? Or it could be that it is for you, but with time and practice and the right people, we don't know. But the point is, you will receive a little bit of a spark. So you want to stop, you want to take it in, you want, just as with anything, you want to think about it, you want to call upon your angels, your guides, you want to be available for any steps that you would need to take in the physical. And of course, always work on certain things that you should always be working on in the first place, like uh, making sure that you're not getting yourself stuck in poverty consciousness, making, lack consciousness, making sure you're not getting stuck in low self-worth, in victim consciousness. And these things, they continue, it takes work, right? But, every thing that you unblock from yourself, every aha moment that happens, every inspiration that happens, what happens is you can do something with it. Look at that. Look at how this card here, transformation. In both cases, she's got a lot of light around her. Here she's feeling it, she's aware of it. And then look at the in-between. Right? Look at how the light is there. So the long story short here is any spark, any idea, anything that comes to you can be acted upon in some way. But your job is to stop and think, what is this? Communicate with your higher self, with spirit, and try to tap into, how can I see how grounded this looks? How can I take what I just had, and with all of my inexperience in whatever it is, how can I put a spin on it, and without falling prey to my own patterns, do something with it? Look at how that turns into creative spark. And that's like the filtered spark. The spark comes in, you sit with it for a little, you pray to spirit, and you ask for help. Thank you, spirit. You pray to spirit and you ask for help to digest it. I just got a spark of the divine, God. What is this? Angels, guides, I like it, I like it, I like it. But please help me. Please help me to ground it with some common sense. Please help me to bypass any trappings of my inexperience that I may not be aware of. Please help me to bypass any pathologies shadows I'm working with that may taint whatever this is. And then with that's left over, please help me to put my best into it. So look at these cards. I don't even need to shuffle them. They're just peeling themselves right off. Please help me to take wise leadership so that I may turn around and do something with it in the here and now. And here we are, new beginnings. Here we are coming right back to this Aries energy of getting things started. But you see here, they're saying it's understandable that the two can look very similar. See, that whole process we went through to have this new beginning, with this spark of the Aries energy, really putting it, and then when Taurus season comes around, putting what you have been sparked into feeling into, and then melding it with this scorpionic deep dive into the self, and shadows, coming out. You'll be ready by Taurus season to act upon whatever it is that comes out of this time. But you see how different that looks from this. That's just illusion. If you don't go through this process of really getting into these energies and feeling into it and working with spirit around it, you might operate from a place of illusion as opposed to a well-founded place. All right? So, co-creation. So, look at that. The spark comes in. You've got shadows within, so you want to call in spirit and ask spirit to help you to work on this spark, this new idea, these ideas that are coming into you, to bypass your shadows, to process your shadows, to feel them and release them, and to work with whatever level of experience you have so that you can use this energy to hit the ground running and give to other people. Because I'll tell you what, when Taurus season comes around, which is mid-March or towards the end of March into early April, you'll be ready to put some stuff into action. All right? So I hope that wasn't too roundabout, but you know what it is when we're exploring the energies together. The good thing that I would like you to take away from here is when you get this creationary spark, is literally what they just said. Um, be inspired. Be inspired and immediately call in your guides to ask them to help you, and your higher self, to ask them to help you direct your energies in a responsible and a healthy way so that you can bring whatever it is that you'd like to bring through for the health and well-being of not just yourself but other people. Don't forget that, setting that intention. Let's just pull two more little baby cards. Cute. They're not baby cards, but they're smaller, and so to me they're cute baby cards. But these cards, they're called the Star Spinner Tarot pack. The energy is very strong. Now, please remember, cards themselves don't have energy. It's pieces of paper, but there is an energy that is around the cards. Maybe because of the person who made it, they did whatever. Look at this. Knight of Wands crossed by the Lovers. Look at that. Let's take a look. Everyone's like, lovers? And do your names, addresses, phone numbers? No, I checked, none. But let's take a look at what it says. Yeah, it's exactly. Here's the spark, the Knight of Wands rushing in. Sure, you can think of it as a person if you'd like. And in that case, exercise extreme caution, right? But we were just talking about the spark. Putting your heart into it, connecting with spirit, working with what you've got, right? And really doing your best to transmute, to translate, to do all of this so that you can create something. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aries season, right? That's how you bypass Aries impulsiveness. And it's the icing on the cake with this Scorpionic moon, where we get a chance to really let these energies coming in hit our field. We can see, well, what was my first reaction, right? Let's work on it. They're saying sensitivity is key as well, because there's an energy here. Yes, Scorpionic as well. You're going to have to feel your way through what feels right, what doesn't feel right, and maybe the guys are saying maybe that assessment can be done in the now moments that will come. So instead of sitting down and trying to project into the future, well, what if I did that and that? It's better sometimes to just sit with it, feel it, and yeah, let the energies do their thing and watch the energies as they move through your energetic field, okay? Anyway, thank you guys, and thanks guys for tuning in. If you're looking to have a personal reading or an energy healing session with me, please do feel free to reach out. You know where to find me on my Etsy page. And until then, watch for these impulsive energies. Turn them into creativity, my dears, okay? Not impulsiveness. Mwah. Bye.